Oh, right. I keep forgetting to talk about Sony making movies out of their shit now. So, Helldivers 2 is getting a movie. Horizon Zero Dawn's getting a show, I think. And Ghost of Tsushima is getting an anime. Kind of hype. Helldivers movie's just Starship Troopers, so it'll be gold. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I think it's cool. They saw the success with The Last of Us and Uncharted, and they're going strong. Yeah. That makes sense to me. 40K needs a 24-episode show. Hey man, Henry Cavill's got the Amazon 40K show coming out at some point. Now Horizon movie can follow the trend of bad release times and release same day as the Zelda movie. Oh, that'd be so big, imagine. Is it a movie? I thought Horizon was a show. Is it possible that a third-party company is coming out with a new console, and said console taking the world by storm? Absolutely not. It already happened. The Ouya revolution will return. True. Oh, you're right. Atari did just announce a new console. They got the handheld. I think it's handheld, right? Forgot all about that. Yep. The Gamestation Go. What a terrible name. Holy. That's like a name out of Drake and Josh. Just playing on my Gamestation Go. Introducing the Game Sphere. Damn, this music's going crazy. I gotta say, why the number pad? Makes it seem like an old house phone. I kind of fuck with that retro look on it, but why that? What could that possibly be used for other than making phone calls? Use it for like a calculator? I mean, I guess. They had a number pad on controller back in the day. Don't remember that. But like, I'm trying to think practically as like a handheld console. What game would be using like a bunch of different numbers other than like you're playing on the calculator app? I guess they could be programmable. You could bind it. You could bind things to the numbers, maybe. That could work. I don't know what music I would have chosen for this, but I promise you this would not have made the list. That music made it sound like it was a Call of Duty edit. Nice. Oh wait, it's not even called... Oh, it is Gamestation Go. Is it My Arcade Retro or Gamestation Go? What games will this play? Is this a glorified emulator? I think it's just supposed to be like a Steam Deck from Atari. Think things like League of Legends item binds. Brother, I don't think you're gonna see a single human being boot up League of Legends on their Atari Gamestation Go. I can't think of too many games other than like MMOs that you would need all of those number binds. I'm very curious what the aim is. Is it just going to play like retro games? Is it meant to be like a Steam Deck that it can kind of flex and emulate? I wonder what the goal is. So it seems like My Arcade makes retro arcade cabinets. Yeah, I think it might just be for retro games. I mean, how many different like retro gaming consoles does Atari need to make? This is like their fourth one I can recall, or third one I can recall. Yeah, you know, looking at this design though, there's no way it could play modern games. You don't even have a right stick. This is actually just going to be only for retro games. That's a trackball. I don't know why I looked at it like this, like somehow I'd get a better angle. I mean, you're probably right, it probably is a trackball. Watch AVG in for a refresher. Some Atari consoles use numpad control. Nice. Why is it look impossible to actually use? Because there's just no other stick. I think you're so used to, I mean for good reason, seeing two sticks. It having one. That is interesting. Nah, it seems like it's just going to be for retro games. Which is fine, but I'd rather just emulate them. Like if I'm not a handheld gamer, but if I was, I just do the Steam Deck and I just emulate. What's the worst video game controller you've used? What is the worst one? The original Xbox controller got a lot of shit back in the day, but I used to love it. Even though it was like a giant brick and way too big for my tiny hands, I still really liked it, so it wouldn't be that. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the Sega Dreamcast one, because I can't remember what the Sega Dreamcast controller looked like. Yeah, the Sega Dreamcast controller looks kind of like the Xbox controller. I don't remember hating it, but I also just don't... I didn't even remember what it looked like. I don't know what the worst controller I've used is. Oh, actually, you know what? I know what it is. The Wii U. I hated the Wii U controller. Because, like, the Wii U, the controller was just the console. And it was, like, way too awkwardly spaced. It was fucking weird. Here, let me give you a picture. The big thing I just really didn't like about the Wii U, like the screen, it was a weird size for like the actual device, and I hated that the sticks were above it. I really didn't like that. It felt so odd, because I'd have it like this, and I'd have to like go down for things when I was so used to going up. It was rough. They really refined it with the Switch. Yeah, they definitely got it a lot better with the Switch. You ever tried the Power Glove? Nah, I've only ever seen it in an Angry Video Game Nerd video. They ended a flea market once. How do you think controllers could improve? I don't think they can. I think controllers have been solved. Just more back buttons. Well, I mean, yeah, you could do that. More back buttons. But they have plenty of those if you want to get third party. But like the actual design of a controller, I think is fully solved. A button for every finger would be the only thing to really compete with PC. I think that'd be a terrible idea. I think that'd be a very, very bad idea. Controllers are fine. The design, like the actual design elements, I think are fully solved. You see, Russia's making 2 brand new consoles, one of which is basically Google Stadia. It's about goddamn time. They're gonna be using that $2 decillion they're suing Google for to reinvent the Stadia. It won't be as good as the Xbox or PS5. What a great way of selling it. We're gonna make our own console. Now, it's not gonna be as good as all the other consoles out there, but it's gonna be ours. The Putendo 64. This sounds interesting. Whoa. $45 for the controller. Sounds cool. I'm excited to see it. What an interesting design. So it is just the Stadia. Very cool. The Stadia was a huge success, so if you're going to copy anything, might as well be the Stadia. What happened to the Stadia? The United Nations had to get together and break up the monopoly that I was having on the video game industry. So they shelved it, stating it created unfair competition. Lack thereof, really, because no one else would buy any other console besides the Stadia. How long before an expensive, pretentious Apple console, you think, or some kind of Elon Musk Tesla console? I think they're not going to bother. Elon made that tweet a while back about starting his own video game company using AI, and the response, even from his, like, biggest swallowers, was pretty negative. So I don't think he's going to try and get into the console market, but I do think he'll probably try and make some games at some point. And Apple, I think it's just too focused on other sectors. I don't think it'd touch gaming. Yeah, I remember when he made that tweet transmission. Yeah, I talked about that. I don't think it was him that said that, right? It was a conversation between him and Ian Miles Chong, I think it was, about GTA, and it was like, I can't play GTA. In the first mission, you're supposed to kill cops. Couldn't pull myself to do it, so I never got past the first mission. Which is just a blatant lie. Like, he had tweets where he was talking about playing GTA, so he just lied. I don't even know why he'd even pretend. Like, that's just like the most embarrassing shit to even make up. He'd just be saying some nonsense. If you had to go back to a normal work grind, what would you do for a living, and would you go crazy or be happy? Interesting you bring that up. I saw there was a video getting, like, it got recommended to me, and I saw that it was kind of blowing up from a channel that I wasn't familiar with. It was, God, what was the name of it? I think it was, like, Everything's Different. I think... This. For some reason, this got recommended, so I clicked on it. Because I recognized this profile pic. This is like the old Xbox 360 default profile pic, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I clicked it, and it's basically him talking about, like, growing up and, like, not finding the same happiness that he had when he was young. It's a powerful sentiment that I feel a lot of people can relate to. And it got me thinking, like, I got very lucky to be where I am today. Like, through no talent or anything, just literal luck. And if I didn't get lucky, what would I be doing? And I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. Probably would have just done personal training or nutrition or something. Would have been mediocre at it at best. Now, whether or not I'd be happy, I don't know. I feel like you can always find things to be happy about. I think a lot of times what people get stuck in is the idea that you're meant for something more, where everyone has to be special. And I don't think there's anything wrong with not being special. So I feel like if I didn't just get lucky, and I did just be a personal trainer or a nutritionist, I feel like at some point, I just accept, like, I'm not meant for something more. This is where I'm supposed to be, I guess. And I don't know if I'd necessarily be happy about it or not, but I'd find other things to make myself happy. But yeah, this video got me thinking. That did get me thinking. When you were in college, were you more focused on YouTube or school? Oh, school. Not even close. And not even school, per se, but like the social experience of school. Did you ever think about dropping out of college to focus on YouTube? Because you were probably making good money off it. No, I wasn't. When I was in college, everything that I got from YouTube was going into charities, so I wasn't making money off it, and I never thought for a single second about dropping out for YouTube. But in my junior year, I thought about dropping out in general, just because I hated my degree. I did switch to a different major. I switched from digital art to exercise physiology. That was the solution. I still didn't really like the degree, but I liked it a lot more than digital art. What video did you show the animation that you made for in class? Did I ever show one of the animations I made? I don't think so. I don't know if I ever posted any of those on YouTube. Pretty sure those just stayed in class. I made a few. They were all bad. They were all real bad. I remember you mentioned everyone in class had experience in animation except you. Yeah, that was the thing. I thought choosing like an animation degree was going to teach me how to be an animator. But what it actually was, it was a degree for people that already had been animating like their whole fucking life. So there was no basics. It was already working under the assumption you were a good artist and you already knew animation. It was brutal. Absolutely brutal. You absolutely showed us a butt-pooping animation, didn't you? I didn't make that for class, though. I made that for a visual aid to a story I was telling with poop coming out of ass. In Maya. If you were Batman, would you just kill Joker or go by your rules? I've said this from the very beginning. It's a very cool ideological battle between Batman and Joker, I get it. But if you're thinking like in the context of real world, Batman is just as bad as the Joker. He actively enables so many people to die, allowing the villains to constantly break out, knowing full well they'll break out and kill others. But in terms of like a story, I think it's great that he doesn't. That makes it very interesting. But in real life, he'd be a absolute fucking villain as well. Have you seen China's new police robot that can chase down and tackle criminals? It's called Rotundbot RTG. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather around, because we've got a new crime-fighting hero in town.
Thanks, Harrison.
And no, it's not a caped crusader or a dude in a shiny suit of armor. Nope, This
That's the
time,
enemy from
it's a
Elden
ball,
Ring.
But not just any ball. This is the kind of ball that doesn't just roll around the playground. It chases criminals, tackles threats, and has some seriously high-tech gadgets packed inside. It's here, and it's ready to roll. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, make sure to subscribe to the Cool Ideas channel. If you love futuristic tech and robots that chase down bad guys, this is the place for you. Hit that subscribe button, and let's dive in. Now, let's talk about this 125 kilograms, 276 pound robotic ball.
It's not very
This
fast.
high-speed, self-balancing sphere can roll up
I
to
wouldn't say-
35 kilometers, h
Well,
22
okay,
miles
that's-
per hour
that's
on
not bad.
both land and water.
That's not
And
bad,
if you're
actually, never
picturing
mind.
a bouncy beach ball, think again. If you need it to chase someone into a river, it's game on.
That's
It'll
pretty cool.
roll into the water.
I really think you could escape it, though. You could easily confuse it. Or outrun it, even. Just go up some stairs. I'm sure it can go upstairs. I have no doubt it can go upstairs. The design looks like it could. Although they don't show it going up any stairs. Maybe you just outsmarted it. What's a ball, bro? No way. Well, look at the fucking grip on that shit. I guess not that one, but this one. You could absolutely have that shit go up some stairs. But I guess it depends on how steep the stairs are.